All right, guys, today we're going to take a look at the Akaso Brave 6 Plus action camera. This was sent over by the nice people at Akaso. They are offering me this camera in exchange for an honest review, which is a really great deal for me because I got an awesome product out of it, which you'll be hearing about here in a second. But this is essentially a competitor to the GoPro lineup of action cameras. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about what you get with this camera when you do buy it, and as well as some of my likes, my dislikes, and we'll show you a little bit of video footage from it as well. So stay tuned for an honest look here at the Akaso Brave 6 Plus action camera. All right, so jumping right in, this is a 4K 30 frames per second, 20 megapixel action camera. And the really great thing about it is it actually includes electronic image stabilization built into the camera, which is pretty darn cool. And it's submersible up to 130 feet with the included accessories. And when I say included accessories, I mean included accessories. So I'm gonna move the camera over real quick and just show you guys everything that's included with this package when you buy this. So this stuff all comes with the camera. You get a quick start guide in English, mind you, with instructions on how to download the app to get set up. You get an entire plethora of mounts. So you have your standard sort of clip-on mount that could do something like this with a tripod hole, or for, let's just say, a helmet, they give you a strap for it, right? You have your traditional sort of 90-degree GoPro style action camera mounts here. You get a whole host of those. You get a handlebar mount for like a bicycle or a motorcycle. You get additional sort of padded strips that you can put on these mounts in case they wear off, which is awesome. You get your submersible underwater housing, as well as an extra door. You get an open air mount, so the microphone works directly on the camera. And in addition to this, see the back has those sections there? You actually have this clip-on piece that goes on the back of this that allows you to clip the camera onto something like an article of clothing or a bag or something. Like I said, you get Velcro mounts. You get two, which are off screen right now, straps, which allow you to mount these guys onto things, which is pretty awesome. You get your charging cable. You get your wired tether. So this is actually metal wire, which is awesome. And the best part, you get two 1350 milliamp hour batteries. And the batteries come with a dock. So you can plug this directly into the wall, and then the batteries sit on there and charge up nice and fast. Super, super cool that this stuff is included with the camera. And so to talk about the camera itself, well, my first initial impressions of it were it was sort of light and, let's just say, inexpensive feeling. The door, you know, is plasticky. The sort of mount cover for the connections here is sort of cheap and thin feeling. There's only like, you know, a couple of buttons, and the tactile feel isn't so good. You know, the screen has a little screen protector on there just built in from the factory. And so my initial gut feeling was like, how good can this be, just based on the kind of feel of it. But after I've used it, I've sort of changed my mind. You can see the battery port here. I'm gonna slide one of the batteries in. Before I do that, I'm just gonna show you the micro SD slot is in there as well. And remember, none of this is waterproofed. You have to use the included accessories to make the camera waterproof itself. But if we go ahead and turn it on, I'm gonna just show you the back screen here. You get a little noise that the camera has been turned on. And so what's cool is it actually is a touch screen too. So you can come in here and you can change some of the settings. And it's pretty the user experience of the settings is actually really intuitive. Like, everything makes sense. You know, like for example, angle, if I wanna change that to a narrow angle, boom, I'm done. You know, I don't know if you'll be able to see that at all, but like the camera angle, if I take a picture, you know, it'll be a narrow point of view. And so what we can do is then change that to like wide, for example, or some other setting. I'm actually recording a video right now, so I'm gonna stop that. But if you end up changing some of the settings in here, you can do that on the camera itself or with the app. So if you download the app to your phone, you can control the camera. And the other cool thing about the app is that you can preview sort of the view of the camera itself. So if you have this mounted somewhere, you can look at the app and see the angle that the camera, and actually change the settings too, which is pretty darn cool. You have things like exposure settings, metering mode, the codec mode, there's the electronic built-in image stabilizer. Here's your resolution settings, right? So 4K, 1440p, 1080p, etc. It does a lot for a little package. And even though it doesn't necessarily feel, let's just say, solid, the results are pretty impressive. And I can show you guys the video, this sort of sample videos here in a second of some low light and some normal light stuff. But yeah, I would say, for ease of use, it's actually really straightforward. You can easily change between modes. If you see that little swipe, it's going through something like video versus camera, and you can see the resolution settings here. And so that's the kind of stuff I was saying that you can sort of change on the fly, right? And click another one of these here and just go to photo video settings or change the settings. Really pretty easy with one click. And then you also have additional buttons here up on the top that will change some settings, turn Wi-Fi on, etc. And so in general, with not a lot of reading of the manual, with just a few moments of playing around, it's pretty easy to get the hang of it. And it's pretty easy to figure out just A, how to turn it on, B, how to set up the Wi-Fi, and C, how to start recording. So it doesn't take a rocket scientist or somebody who's really tech savvy to get this thing to work properly out of the box. So after seeing some of the video samples there, you can tell that the quality is actually really pretty good. And so why would you choose something like this over a GoPro? Well, number one is cost. The cost of this camera at about $120 or so on Amazon, which includes all those awesome accessories, will put you well under what you would spend for a GoPro. And are the results 100% the same? No. Is the support going to be as good with Akaso versus GoPro? That's to be determined, for things like warranty or parts, or if it breaks, or if you run into any issues. That's just something to consider when you purchase sort of a non-name brand product, but you're also getting something that's really quite good and performs really well for a fraction of the cost. And so I hope you guys enjoyed this little honest review here. Again, the people at Akaso were really nice to be able to provide me with one of these for an honest review and to form some opinions here on a camera that I would have otherwise not even considered if I was in the market for an action camera. But I will definitely be recommending this guy to all my friends and family. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this little review here. Don't forget to check out everything else I have on YouTube, and rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks.